Random things in my Japanese home that just make sense. We have a door right next to the stovetop. It actually slides open for ventilation at the bottom and the top. Almost every door in our house slides, which saves space in all the hallways. Our stove actually has a heat temperature setting for cooking rice.
Random things in my Mexican household that just make sense. Pots and pans in the oven because why would you use a cabinet? Lots of salsas and salsas because you can never have enough, and Mexican hot chocolate. A stick to prevent anyone from coming in through your back door because a lock is just not enough. Cleaning supplies, especially fabuloso, even if it's in a different container. Rice and lots of tortillas. Socks so that you don't get sick. A wooden spoon to punish your children. A guac or salsa making kit. Tequila. And empty alcoholic beverages to hold your plants.
Random things about AirPods that just make sense. If you get tired of using your AirPods while using your MacBook, just hang them on the screen. If you were to lose one of your AirPods, go on the App Store and search AirPods Amiri. This app leads you to your lost AirPod by using the Bluetooth signal.
Random things in my normal house that just don't make sense. We have a closet door. Can't even close all the way. So you see me film in this room all the time, and only because it has good light. Well, this room has 2 windows, and no, they don't lead to outside. To the bathroom. To the living room.
Random things in my college apartment that just make sense. We always have a tower of Bud Light in our living room. It's known to give off good karma and frankly looks adorable. We hung outdoor Christmas lights in our living room. It's kind of a tradition around here and it makes for amazing lighting. Our pile of empty cans. Eventually one of us will recycle these and add a great scent to the house. Leaving leftover party decorations is a must here. These are left over from Halloween and honestly, I just think they add a great touch to the place. We love our unstable beam supports. Just makes sense. Finally, my favorite part of the house.
Random things in my Czech home that make absolutely no sense. Someone please explain to me why my bedroom doors are made out of glass. It doesn't make any sense. There's no curtain rod. You can see straight in from the kitchen, and I had to cover my doors with paper so that people don't see me while they're making breakfast. Like, ew.
Random things in my regular-ass, non-Japanese home that just make sense. Every bedroom has that chair. They all serve the same purpose. I mean, like, they just hold laundry. Although the location of that chair is pretty customizable, it's usually located about 3 to 4 feet away from the bed. And the functions are still accessible just by doing this. It just makes sense.
Things in my fancy Mexican household that just make sense. A water line right in front of the stove so we can put water into pots right away. A sign that says smile, you're on camera, because one time when I was 5, we got robbed. And then we have a place where to wash clothes by hand, but we use it to bathe my dog. And a soap dispenser right next to the sink that we never use.
Random things in my regular-ass, non-Japanese house that just makes sense. When I turn this to hot, sometimes the water still comes out cold, which is great because now I can appreciate hot showers. When I pull this outside door, it doesn't open all the way, which is great because if I want to go outside, I need to wash my diet. And finally, the floor. You can put whatever you want on it. Doesn't matter what it is. Bonus, it's everywhere. There's no Marie Kondo here.
Random things in my normal room that don't make sense. I have not 1, not 2, but 3 Wiis.
Random things in my boring non-Japanese home that just make sense. There's a window that opens and closes in every room.
Random things in my Australian bedroom that just make sense. Coming up at number 1 is this cute dog that you can pat. Number 2 is having a nice bed that you can sleep in at night. It's pretty comfortable. Third thing is a mirror, so you can take photos and look at yourself. The last thing is a window, so you can actually see what's going on in the outside world. Yeah, okay, bye.
Random things in my regular ass non-Japanese home that just make sense. Part 2. It might be hard to tell from the video, but this is about 98% of everything I own. The drawer is where I know I can find everything and anything, because I put it there. The purpose of storing in the drawer is to narrow down the search radius. I can't say that I find things very quickly, but it just makes sense.
Random things in my college house that just make sense. We have beautiful outdoor furniture constructed from a door, bricks, and random things we found around the house. We are very political as a house and like to incorporate it into our aesthetic. We try to stay joyful and cheerful year-round by keeping this Christmas tree up that helps us celebrate different holidays, events, and birthdays. What do you do when you have a bunch of coasters left over from a party? Create groundbreaking, aesthetically pleasing wall decor. We try to incorporate sports into our daily drinking activities with this shot ski. We never know when inspiration's gonna hit, so we like to keep this backdrop up just in case for a quick photo shoot. Last but not least, our house would not be complete without our dirty fucking ass kitchen. If you're my roommates listening to this, please clean.
Random things in your rich mom's closet that make absolute sense. Have deep shelving so you could stack one shoe in the back and one shoe in front so you could display more shoes. Same thing with purses, deep shelves for all my purses so I could have more and keep the ones that you use most in front and the ones that you don't use as much in the back. A section for all of my Louis Vuitton pieces, also stacked in the back. And my Dior section. Oh, and my Vuitton luggage. A special section for all my favorite Givenchy pieces, also stacked all the way in the back. And my oversized Givenchy bags that don't fit in my purse closet. These Amazon glass holders that hold up all my sunglasses. And of course, a special section for my very own Barbies by Mattel. A custom built-in hamper that doesn't look like a hamper built into my closet. And a special place for my mask.
Random things in my college home that just make sense. We got to choose our own lights. The living room came pre-furnished with this end table. The laundry room comes with a shelf for your detergent, and the washer and dryer come with a laundromat-style piggy bank. You don't have to choose a theme for your bathroom because it already comes pre-themed. The refrigerator has a great storage space for all of your breakfast essentials.
Random things in my overpriced shoebox-sized New York City apartment that just make sense. I have floor-to-ceiling windows that aren't soundproof, which is great because I love sleeping to the noise of cars aggressively honking and homeless people fighting every night. I also have my closet outside of my room, which is perfect because who needs privacy when they're changing? Finally, there's no exhaust fan in the bathroom, but there is a Bluetooth speaker, which is great because who cares about the odor when you can listen to your favorite song while doing your business?
Random things from Amazon that just make sense. This electric lighter so you never run out of fluid, you just charge it when it's done. This fabric shaver is magic. It will quickly remove any pillage that you have piled up on your clothes. This sealer will seal shut any bag that you have to keep it fresh. And this ice tray will literally give you diamond-shaped ice, because why not?
Things in my mom's closet that just make sense. She has the dream closet. I mean, the top comes out and down to your height. It even turns, and so does the bottom.
Random things in our tiny van home that just make sense. We recently installed this outdoor table. It conveniently folds up and down to save space, and now we can enjoy meals outside. When we first built these benches, they were a little tall and my feet didn't quite touch the ground. So we installed this platform, and now we use it to store all of our shoes. Our composting toilet slides in and out from this cap, and we built this skinny drawer to store our dirty laundry. We have sliding curtain tracks in the front and back of our van, so that we can quickly close them when we need privacy.
Random things in my smart home that just make sense.
I don't have to worry about searching for my keys because I have a keyless entry that I can unlock with a code on my phone. If I'm carrying too much in my hands, I just bump my fridge and it opens itself. If I forget to close it, it closes itself as well. Every toilet comes equipped with 2 buttons. An eco-friendly button in case you want to take a pee-pee, or a larger button in case you want to take big shits.
Random things in my school bus conversion that just make sense. We have a 10-foot couch that pulls out to be a guest bed, though we are currently using that for ourselves until we are able to build a bedroom in the back. And when you remove all of the cushions, you'll see that under the couch we have a little bit of storage for games, our water heater, as well as 80 gallons of water.
Things in this tiny Airbnb that just makes sense. So my boyfriend and I decided to go here for our 21st birthdays, and it was the coolest place ever. This tiny window leads to your own private plunge pool. The giant window next to your bed so you can wake up to this beautiful view of Santorini. There's a bed next to your pool so you can tan and eat breakfast on it. You're in a mini cave house so you're surrounded by curved concrete walls. And it comes with free kittens! I'm just kidding, but every morning there was this really cute cat that would come and visit us and try to eat all our food.
Random things that we have found while living in Marilyn Monroe's house. Come with me. So we found this incinerator and found these 2 magazines inside. This one is from 1953, one of the years she did live here, and it had some circled areas around different branding articles. We also uncovered these stairs while lifting up some old carpet, which is amazing. And of course, you guys, I found her signature while changing light bulbs one day in the kitchen. Bye!
Things in my childhood bedroom that just make sense. Quarantine edition. Because I'm home for quarantine. So I have 3 walls of windows in my room, which means I don't need an alarm clock because I just wake up with the sun, because the windows above my bed don't have curtains, and then the curtains on the other windows are completely see-through, so it's great. Then I don't have a handle or a lock on my bathroom door because I got stuck in there once and my dad had to break down the door and we never replaced it, but now I don't have to worry about getting stuck in there again. Lastly, I can see my sister's room from my room, which is great because we can just yell to each other from our windows instead of actually going to talk to each other. It's awesome.
Random things in Japan that just make sense. It's definitely an unspoken rule in Japan to reverse into your parking spots. The Japanese culture is actually a like-minded race, so they do things on the same page. And yes, they will wait for you to back into your spot and have a little less patience if you're reverse parking out of your spot. This creates a really easy flow of traffic in major parking spots and creates ease of evacuation in case of an emergency. I actually do think that this really makes sense, especially if everybody's doing it and everyone's on the same page. And yeah, it's also just super satisfying to see.
Random crap in my tiny bedroom that means a lot to me.
This is my astronaut duck, and I have him because there's a joke amongst programmers to get a rubber duck to talk to rather than bothering your coworkers with your coding problems. This is my Lego Red Stormtrooper that me and my brother Cruz built together, and by built together, I mean I did all the work because he's 6 and can't follow instructions for shit. This is a tiny Lego version of my girlfriend that we built at Disneyland, and she actually has a tiny Lego version of me as well, and we built God as a woman.
Things at the Japanese grocery store that just make sense. Today we're talking about buying loaves of bread, and the word for bread in Japanese is pan, which is also the same in Spanish and French, so it makes it really easy to remember. When you're buying loaves of bread in Japan, you'll see a big number in the top right corner of all the bags. This correlates to how many slices of bread there are. Now, each of these loaves of bread is actually the same exact size, so the bigger the number, the thinner the piece of bread. So you're buying your bread based on the thickness. Isn't that cool? Random things in my Japanese home that just make sense. It might be hard to tell from this video, but our staircase is built very steep and very narrow. Steep staircases in Japan are very common. They save space and avoid clutter. However, I have eaten it a few times on this. Those came with these built-in racks where we can hang our clothes to dry. Why I find it satisfying, but you can adjust the height if you wanted to. It's pretty common in a lot of countries, but I love that our shower heads come off the wall. We have a shower downstairs and it does the same thing.
Random things in my college home that just make sense. So as you walk in the front door, you will be slapped in the face with the smell of fruit. Not just any fruit, mostly mango and strawberry, but these are our puff bars. Aren't they super cute? They add such a nice pop of color, and I can just tell you the smell is exquisite. As you walk down the hall, you will be greeted by our White Claw wall. As you can see, we've figured out no stable way to keep the White Claw boxes on the wall, so if you have any tips or tricks, you might as well leave them to yourself, because we're moving out in a couple of days. Walking into the kitchen, the walls tell the story. I had a boy over one night, and he pogo sticked through our wall almost into the neighbor's living room. Luckily, our roommate's dad fixed it free of charge, but I still finessed $200 out of it because he was a psychopath, and that's it. And here's our half-drain pool. If you step in it, you will slip and fall and crack your head open.
Random things in my kitchen you never knew you needed.
These herb scissors. Watch me cut this basil. Wow. This egg ring thingy for those times when you need a perfectly round fried egg. And this mini pancake maker because who doesn't love mini pancakes?
Random things in my smart home that just make sense. Part 2. If I forget to turn out the lights or in case I get lazy, all of the lights in the house are automatic. Foyer. Every room has a sound system that plays different music if you want. So if I played Michael Jackson in here, we can play a totally different vibe. Let's see what's playing at the pool. Oh, I just stepped into a whole nother vibe. If I have a hot date and she wants to go to the movies, but we can't because of coronavirus, I just go upstairs and we can watch any movie that she likes.
Random things in my kitchen that just make sense. And come to think about it, I don't even know what my life was like in the kitchen before these items. Move over knife, this 3-in-1 avocado thingamajiggy. It cuts, it de-seeds, and it satisfyingly slices and scoops. A mango pitter. Mangoes are one of those weird fruits with a large seed that are hard to cut. This makes it super easy. 1, 2, 3. Have you noticed limes are hard to squeeze, even if you roll it? So here's what I do. I cut it in half. I take the open part, I get a lime squeezer, I put it in there, put the open part, the cut part down, and take some muscle and squeeze.